You train hard, eat pretty decent, yet fat, especially around the belly, still lingers. I've been there, and after years of helping people lose fat and rehab their bodies, I want to share what actually works for me. I'm Dr. Ray Peralta, a physical therapist and run coach, exercise physiologist. Over the past 10 years, I've helped people improve their performance, recover from injuries, and get leaner without burning out. And while I'm active myself, train at least 5 hours per week, a combination of strength, cardio, I'm not immune to storing extra body fat, especially if I'm not paying attention to what I eat. In this video, I'm going to break down why I prefer time-restricted eating over caloric restriction or counting calories. I'm going to share my personal journey and 3 reasons why this method works better for me, and maybe it'll work for you as well. Here's what we'll cover: my personal experience with fat gain despite regular training, why caloric restriction failed me, and how I use time-restricted approach to stay lean, and why 3 reasons why I prefer time-restricted eating that go beyond just weight loss. So let's paint the picture. Training consistently, pretty average BMI, pretty solid diet, but then a few too many donuts at work, a few Twinkies, a few extra slices of pizza over the weekend, and with some drink, some soda, and slowly that fat storage starts happening around the belly. And as I get older, I'm approaching almost 40 years old, it becomes easier to gain weight versus lose that body fat. I tried the traditional approach, right? Caloric restriction, 500 calorie deficit, right? 500 calorie deficit times 7 days a week should be a pound of fat loss per week, in theory. But it worked for a little while, don't get me wrong. But long term, I felt drained and would just quickly rebound the minute anything kind of switched. I wasn't paying attention. It would just regain that weight. I just got more hungry and then I plateaued. That's when I discovered time-restricted eating, specifically the 16-8 method. That means I only eat between 12 to 8 p.m., no breakfast, just combined brunch and lunch, then dinner. The same calories, just shifted the timing, right? I skipped breakfast. I just moved breakfast to lunch, and I combined lunch and breakfast, brunch. And then the results way more sustainable. So reason number 1 why I like time-restricted eating or intermittent fasting: it's simpler and easier to stick with. When I was counting calories, I felt like I was micromanaging every bite. But with time restriction, the rule is simple: eat only between 12 and 7 p.m., 2 meals and snacks, done. Some research shows even that people stick with intermittent fasting longer than traditional dieting. And we both know the best plan is the one that you can stick with. Reason number 2, it supports better metabolic health. Restricted eating windows help lower insulin levels throughout the day. Lower insulin equals better fat burning. This is critical if you have even a mild insulin resistance, something that's becoming more common even in average or lean people. Studies have shown that intermittent fasting improves insulin sensitivity and metabolic function more than caloric restriction alone, right? So that insulin sensitivity, people who are insulin resistant tend to develop obesity, right? They become overweight, obese, and diabetics, right? They are resistant to the hormone insulin, so now they're storing more and more body fat and not using it for like energy and being able to power like their physical activity. It's getting just stored as body fat, and they're having a hard time because they're resistant to that hormone. They're insulin resistant. So the third reason, it triggers autophagy, right? Cellular cleanup. Fasting can activate autophagy, your body's way of cleaning out damaged cells. It's like a deep cleanse for your body. This might help reduce inflammation, support the gut, and regulate hunger hormones naturally, so you're not fighting cravings throughout the day. And I've even seen some studies where it can help kill cancer cells, so it helps your body kind of decrease cancer cell buildup in the body as well. Now, is this approach for everyone? No. But if you struggle with strict caloric counting, if fat loss has plateaued despite your training, this might be worth experimenting with. And just remember, always consult with your doctor if you have underlying health conditions. And now you might be asking, but wait, I work out during the morning. You could just shift your window, so you just have breakfast and lunch and then skip dinner, right? So if you work out in the morning, you're like, oh no, I have to fuel my morning workout. Again, just shift your eating window, so now your eating windows are breakfast and lunch, and now you could have fuel around your morning workout if you're like a morning runner. And if you're looking to run pain-free and stay lean without obsessing over every bite, check out my free training in the link below. I'll show you how I help runners get healthier, lose body fat, and keep performance high. And thanks for watching. Drop a comment if you tried time restriction or if you're considering it now. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's sick of that yo-yo dieting, of counting all their calories. Right.